In New York City, ground floor apartments have advantages over others, but there are some disadvantages buyers need to be aware of as well. I'm Dana Sapir with Compass Manhattan, and here is what you need to know if you are considering buying a ground floor apartment. On the plus side, these apartments are sometimes less expensive than units on a higher floor. They make sense if you have babies in strollers, dogs, or mobility issues. They've also become popular recently since many come with private outdoor space, a backyard or deck that can be very appealing, especially if you're spending more time at home. There are still some drawbacks to a ground floor apartment. They are more prone to rodent problem. It can be prone to street level noise and less privacy from passengers. Now let's discuss some of the main topics regarding ground floor apartment. Is it a best bet in terms of value? A ground floor apartment can offer buyers, especially in higher end buildings, big discounts. However, it depends heavily on the building and the area. That said, we have seen discounts of 100 to 200 per square foot in such apartments compared to the higher floor apartments. Building maintenance will be even more important for you in a first floor apartment. Be sure to ask a few questions about how frequently the superintendent takes care of the trash and recycling, and find out if the building taking preventative measures against bugs and mice. If the building isn't being maintained well, your place will be the first stop for cockroaches, ants, and other assorted creepy crawlies, and any rodents that make their way into your building. Buying a ground floor unit in a mid-sized building with at least 20 units gives you a better chance of having active management and maintenance on a daily basis, tending to the trash and keeping the entryway and other common areas clean. But if you aren't prepared to deal with pests, you should probably steer clear of a first floor apartment. So should you be worried about people looking in the windows? Yes, you will definitely need to watch out for curious onlookers. And if you live in a touristy area in the city, you can expect people to peek inside and check your furniture, and you may need to leave your shades down for privacy. This will leave your apartment cooler and make you lose out on natural light. In some cases, a good trade-off is to buy a unit at the back side of the building. And again, what you might sacrifice is the natural light, but that could be worth for the privacy and quiet. Next, should you be more concerned about break-ins? Sadly, safety indeed can be an issue with first floor units. And because they are the easiest access point, but there aren't any real numbers that speaks to the higher rate of crime on ground floor apartment. It is something that just need to take into consideration. Another question many people have is, will people ring my doorbell more often? And the answer is probably yes. The ground floor or basement are usually where the super lives, and so delivery people may try to bell to leave packages. So you can always try to negate this by labeling your mailbox clearly. Now, what about noise? Unfortunately, ground floor units tend to be louder than others. If your unit opens into the lobby, you may hear the front door every time it opens or closes, and the elevator bells as it arrives, and maybe even people talking in the lobby on their way in or out. So the units that face towards the back of the building will be more insulated from street noise, and depending on the layout, you may be less likely to hear the neighbors opening and shutting the doors. With climate changes and the erratic weather New York has been having, another common question is, should you be worried about flooding? And the answer is yes. If you are buying a property that is partially underground, you should inquire as to whether there is a plan in place for heavy downpours, and definitely hire an inspector to inspect before signing a contract. Beside the price, I want to tell you about a few more pros to buying a ground level apartment. And you may be a buyer who is choosing a smaller building without a doorman or elevator, and maybe you have mobility issues or older in years or have younger children or animals. So ground floor apartment where you don't have to climb lots of stairs are definitely a good choice for you in that case. Outdoor space is another huge potential pair. Not every ground floor unit will have any, of course, but many will. giving you an instant oasis feel in the city. So what do you think? Would you be interested in buying a ground floor apartment? If so, let me know in the comments, and if you're ready, let's connect to begin your home journey today.